Welcome back from those thrilling performances of Arsenal and Manchester United. What a great Super Sunday we've had so far as we wait for the finals of the Africa Cup of Nations. Wonderful display from the Gunners as well as Manchester United, just nicking it against Aston Villa as they closed that gap between them and the villains of the day to 5 points. Welcome back from that wonderful action. Arsenal did open a Super Sunday in the Premier League with a 6-0 thumping of West Ham, and then of course United closed it. But at the London Stadium, Arsenal beat West Ham by 6 goals to 0. By halftime, you had West Ham fans already packing their bags and leaving the stadium because of their side's dismal performance. Quite abysmal there. One that they do regret, one that manager David Moyes does say he will take his responsibility because he did choose those players. But then he goes on to say that players also have to take responsibility because they did not fight for the 50-50s, they did not do the tackles, they did not fight for those headers. So, at the London Stadium, Bukayo Saka scored a brace, one being a penalty, but it was William Saliba that opened the scoring through a header off Declan Rice's corner to break the deadlock to make it 1-0. And then, of course, Arsenal won a penalty when West Ham goalkeeper fouled Bukayo Saka, who stepped up to convert. Now remember, in the same fixture at the same ground last season, Bukayo Saka missed a penalty when it was 2-2 at the time, and quite a number of Arsenal fans did come out to express their dissatisfaction with the England international for missing that penalty that could have potentially won them the game by 3 goals to 2. So today, he made no mistake, he did convert that one to make it 2-0. And then of course you had Gabriel Magalhaes scoring to make it 3-0 before Leandro Trossard scored a stunner to make it 4-0 just before halftime. And in the second stanza, of course, when the Gunners did return, it was Bukayo Saka that scored a brilliant strike to make it 5-0, while the former West Ham midfielder who guided them to the UEFA Europa Conference League triumph last season, Declan Rice did score against his former bosses with a brilliant strike to make it 6-0, after which he was withdrawn for Mohamed El-Neni. Beautiful, beautiful performance from the Gunners there. Quite notable for me in terms of personal individual performances was Martin Odegaard in that midfield. Of course, Bukayo Saka did score a brace, but he also missed 2 crucial chances, especially in the first half. But then perhaps that those 2 goals are enough to relieve him of what he had missed earlier. Then, of course, Leandro Trossard was quite impressive again, just as much as Declan Rice. In defense, Gabriel Magalhaes was the man for me ahead of his counterpart, William Saliba, who also didn't place a foot wrong. So, incredible as Arsenal put a tighter grip on their third place, because despite the enormous victory, they weren't able to leapfrog Manchester City. Both sides have a similar goal difference, that is a plus 31, but Manchester City, I understand, have scored a few goals more than this Arsenal side. So Liverpool remain at the summit of the table, Manchester City second, Arsenal third. And then at the Villa Park, Manchester United once again picking another crucial victory against their direct rivals in this fight for the top 4 finish this season. Rasmus Højlund did open the scoring when he scored his 50th goal in the last 5 games there. It seems that things are beginning to tick for Rasmus Højlund, the summer signing from Atlanta for Manchester United. Incredible performance he did have. And then, of course, Aston Villa sort of dominated their affairs after going a goal down, and indeed, but it was not until the second half that they found the leveler through Douglas Luiz, one of the highest goal-scoring midfielders this season in the Premier League. So it was Douglas Luiz that restored parity. But as the game wore on, let on substitute Scott McTominay, who I believe is Manchester United's top scorer this season, off the bench squad with a brilliant header off Diego Dalot's cross to make it 2-1 and eventually help Manchester United win the game as they close that gap between a 5th placed Aston Villa, who are at 46 points, down to 5 points, as Manchester United are now at 41 points in 6th place. Remember, Tottenham do occupy the 4th place on the standings with 47 points. So that was a brilliant action from the Premier League this Super Sunday. And if you're watching this, I just do want to let you know that we are off to watch the finals of the Africa Cup of Nations. If you do watch this match later on, perhaps you will have already known what the result is for that incredible final. We do expect a thrilling performance, so let's go and get ready for that. Otherwise, thanks for taking the time. Do not forget to comment, like, and share, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Stay blessed.